China is refusing to negotiate with President Trump on U.S. tariffs. In fact, the nation is taking the trade war to a whole new level. Inside a headwear factory in southern China, workers are struggling to keep up with demand, while also facing seismic changes to global trade. The latest data from March paints a grim picture. China's economy appears to be spiraling into deflation. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, has dropped for 2 consecutive months, and Producer Price Index, PPI, or factory gate prices, have declined for an astonishing 30 straight months. This deflation is completely inconsistent with a healthy economy. Adding to this chaos is China's mounting debt crisis, a slow-motion replay of the 2008 financial collapse. Property prices have already taken a major hit. The even more concerning, President Xi Jinping has turned his back on consumption-driven growth, doubling down on exports instead. But that strategy may be collapsing because Trump has just shut the door on the world's largest consumer market, and it's unclear how Xi plans to respond. Chinese factories are now closing, and a full-blown crisis is unfolding. The moment the U.S. slapped a massive 245% tariff on Chinese goods, trade between the two nations began collapsing. The fallout has been severe. Factories shutting down, workers laid off, and business owners going bankrupt. The Chinese Communist Party did not anticipate this level of economic devastation. According to Goldman Sachs, as many as 20 million Chinese workers could lose their jobs as exports plummet. American companies are canceling orders in the millions, and China simply can't replace that kind of demand. Business owners are already feeling the impact. In Shaanxi, many have seen their operations go from profit to loss overnight. One factory owner, Mr. Wang, used to make $50,000 in profit from exporting polyester fabric to the U.S. Now, after the tariffs, he's losing $40,000 on each shipment. His goods sit unsold. No one wants them, not even for dish rags. He's in tears, watching his life's work fall apart. Other factory owners are also stuck. Their cash flow has dried up. Orders are being canceled left and right. You see, factory operations in China rely on tight margins and upfront investments. A typical t-shirt manufacturer might take a $1 million order, receive only a $100,000 deposit, and then put up the remaining $900,000 from their own pockets or bank loans. When the order gets canceled, the factory is left holding the bag with no buyer, no cash, and piles of unsellable inventory. Many of these businesses simply can't survive that kind of blow. They default on loans, lay off workers, or go bankrupt. Factories are dying. Machines that once roared are now silent. Workers sit outside all day, hoping for orders that will never come. In one factory, 2 million yuan worth of goods sit unused. Even giving them away won't help. The owner is paying basic wages from his own pocket, and the bank is pressuring him daily. If this continues for just 3 more months, his machines will be nothing but scrap metal. These tariffs have turned factories into ghost towns, and no one in the industry was prepared. Worse, some completed goods are being rejected at the ports. Clients are demanding refunds on deposits even when the factory already paid for materials and labor. In Guangdong, a toy and gift manufacturer hasn't received a single order from the U.S. this year. Larger manufacturers are getting hit the hardest. They've taken on tens or even hundreds of millions in orders and loans. A few cancellations could mean the end. Of course, many of these same manufacturers spent decades copying and knocking off American products. China has no real IP protections. If a U.S. business launched an innovative product, it wouldn't be long before cheap knockoffs from China flooded the market. You could try suing, but in China, good luck. CCP-backed manufacturers don't face consequences. For years, they've stolen American innovations and sold them back to Americans without paying a dime in royalties. That's the core of Trump's tariffs, leveling the playing field. If Chinese businesses can sue Americans, then Americans should be able to sue Chinese businesses too. But China wants access to global markets while refusing to open its own. That's not capitalism, it's mercantilism. And now the average Chinese citizen is paying the price for years of CCP protectionism. It's not just 20 million workers at risk. China has over 12 million graduates entering a shrinking job market. One recent liberal arts graduate shared her heartbreaking story. She applied to over 8,000 jobs since last fall. Despite national scholarships and awards, she hasn't received a single offer. The anxiety is overwhelming. She can't sleep. She feels like her life is ruined, and she's not alone. What's the Chinese government doing about all this? Not much. A former vice president even said the people can survive by eating grass for a year. That's hardly the comfort message jobless citizens need. Instead of helping at home, the CCP is retaliating abroad. Their latest move? Banning Boeing. They've ordered Chinese airlines to stop buying American planes and aircraft parts. But here's the irony. China operates over 200 Boeing planes. Without spare parts and maintenance, those planes will literally fall out of the sky. Worse yet, Xi Jinping himself flies in a Boeing 747. So while Chinese airlines are banned from buying Boeing, Xi still trusts it for his own travel. Hypocrisy much? And here's the final twist. Many Chinese airlines had placed hundreds of future orders for Boeing jets. Without those deliveries, their fleets can't grow. Demand for air travel in China is rising, but without planes, the airlines can't expand. That hurts China's economy even more. This whole trade war reveals a bitter truth. China plays by its own rules. It demands access to others' markets while protecting its own. It steals intellectual property, floods markets with knockoffs, and punishes foreign companies that speak out. But now the world is fighting back, and the CCP is scrambling to respond.